I want to show you the very important history of this falls. This is important for today's lesson for my friends. How Minneapolis is built on how they tore up a waterfall to make Minneapolis to mine all this stuff of the water. So Minneapolis is built on the idea of stealing water from Indians or Native Americans. But they actually destroyed the waterfall. Yeah, they fucked up the waterfall here. See, there used to be a waterfall and they destroyed it. So, like, fucking assholes. Like, yeah. Standard story. St. Anthony Falls. Of course, the army owns this. Stupid army. Oh well. Mother Earth's gonna have the last laugh. She's gonna be fine. Look at that. You're a water protector. Best kind of water protector. Crazy water protectors. Because they're not even water protectors. They're just water. Look at that crap over there. It's depressing. See all that crap right there? All these people think I'm crazy. They don't know about the 8th Disco Day. Spiegel. It's alright. We'll be fine. Maybe the army protective. Oh wow, look at that. It's all like, it's like balanced there. It's quiet. Yeah. Big. Quiet. Big. And flour. They make bread. The people. And other crap over here. And this is where they raped Mother Earth to make all this crap. And it's alright. I mean, I don't know. It's what they had to do, I guess. I'm not sure about that, but kind of crazy. Yeah. And then there's a bunch of holes in the ground over there where they put all the water. There. Holes. And then that flows over there. And it's dirty because it has all these ships in it. And I pray we can clean it up. But we're not going to clean it up. Mother Earth will clean it up. She'll be fine. It's going to be great when all the humans are gone. Yeah, that's fine. I like humans. That's not bad. Kind of having fun with this project. It's so much fun. It's way better therapy. Oh dear. I love humans. Yeah, I want better humans. Flower. Ah, Chris, how's it going? Hey, you want to come out here? Allow live with requests. Invite. Hey. Invite. Invite. No answer. Chris, how's it going? I'm at the water, as usual. Anyhow, come out here, bro. It's nice. Are you working? He said no. She's cute. But, yeah. They think I'm crazy. Probably. She's really cute, though. Yeah. I stopped that. Bye. All these people. Yeah. Crazy water protectors. Let's go to the other side. Protect the water over here. I don't know how to protect this river. It's like, how am I going to protect the entire river from all these people walking over the river? I'm baffled. It's really pretty today. And they probably think I'm nuts. And she's nuts. And that's that. Go back here. Let's go back and watch the water. There we go. All right, so I'll do the next part of my sermon as I walk down to the water. This commences the actual construction of a positive way to deal with our minds. So I came to the realization when I was looking at this water that our minds are like water. That most of our minds are like water because we're flowing all the time. We're like thoughts are here and this is thoughts. And actually, we're mostly water. And that technology is fire. So like when we cook on wood, we have a little bit of energy. And we use nuclear power, we have a lot of energy. And Mother Earth, see, like this line of water that's undergoing a lot of turbulence. This is like our minds today, where if we artificially destroy a waterfall that was St. Anthony Falls with a dam that actually, this is what Heidegger talked about in the question concerning technology, this phenomenon of destroying so like what Martin Heidegger talked about in the question concerning technology is this process. The question concerning technology of Heidegger is about this process of putting a dam in a river. And he talks a lot about that in the essay Question Concerning Technology. But I was thinking about it from the perspective of like simple Buddhism, like our thoughts, and even like simple Ayurvedic and yoga beliefs and practices. Like how we shape our environment, it determines how our mind is. And if we have a sharp cutoff, like a waterfall, that's being used to channel the energy of the waterfall into industry, like the flower, you know, that if we don't realize where the energy is coming from and the consequences of it for the water itself, which our minds are, the point is like our minds are water, mostly water. We have metals, you know, earth, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, but the dynamics of thoughts is like this, you know. It's just kind of like turbulent. If you disrupt the natural flow, I mean, even a natural waterfall, it's strange because over here, this is what's really weird about this whole thing. It's like the Corps of Engineers like created that weird little vortex there, and they have this part here that is, see, I'm walking on the line, but here it's like completely still. It's kind of a trip. I'm walking over here. It's kind of a remarkable feat of engineering, but the consequences for the people that lived here before, you know, the original water protectors, the Anishinaabe people, the Lakota, Ojibwe, they had to get kicked off. It's sad what they did to the river. What? It's not supposed to be that way. That's not right. See that there's a line where the concrete sits in the stairway. Here's calm. Here's turbulent. This is like bipolar disorder. I know this sounds kind of nutty, but follow me. So, in a bipolar disorder, you have an unnatural rift somehow created. My friend just asked me about some other friend, like who he said is maybe manic, like that, and depression's like that. And I said maybe he has a barrier, like between his sides. And you know, the consequence of these things, like the too much chaos, too little chaos. This is like bipolar disorder. This is depression. I know this is a metaphor, but you got to follow me. This is depression, and this is mania. Depression and mania. So this is my metaphor for bipolar disorder, and you got to follow me. I'm really trying to describe this. Okay. When you go to nature, you don't have this concrete division of lines like that. And so the water, like this waterfall, you know, it's not going to have as much difference, like of calm and disruptive, or manic and depressed, let's just say. But what's happening is the human technology, that barrier, that concrete, is artificially creating, like they had to put energy into this. They had to do violence to the Native Americans. We naturally are meant to be, you know, more in like where the forest is like. So here, I know it's kind of crazy, but like imagine calm and chaotic coming like this, and then to this point here. I know this sounds crazy. It's not crazy. I'm trying to explain it as best I can, and then I'll come up with a way of peace that I came up with through all the studies of the 10 years. Over here is calmer. You know, the calm, like there's more natural flow where you got calm and chaotic, and then chaotic and calm and chaotic. But it's more like spread out and fluid. And then again over there, that's where the calm and chaos is. But that in a more natural state, when it's away from the dam, it's able to relax a little bit. Nature is able to relax. That's one of the things a lot of the people I've learned from the Native Americans like last 2 years, and even before that. But I really began to get to peace when I realized that actually so many of my friends in the reservation, like Pine Ridge, White Earth, Fond du Lac, like they know that the water is not supposed to be like with the concrete. And the reason they're sad is because like they see it like it's a constant reminder. This thing here is a constant reminder of the Holocaust of them. It's like if you showed a Jewish like a gas chamber, you know, it's like Auschwitz. I mean, it's kind of a strange thing to say that, but it's a constant reminder of genocide to people that know the river's supposed to not be like this. Like they know that it's not supposed to have been destroyed like that. And Heidegger knew that too. And that's why I found him so peaceful and like to read it. But I also realized that Heidegger made a mistake. He blamed it on the Jews somehow. I don't even understand exactly, but Celan was the one that made the correction. He said, it's not in philosophy. You can't logically, you know, create a bunch of words about the mind because that's just Heidegger's impression of it. Celan just says, he's like surrealism, dreams. He's like the subconscious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like Jung or something like that. And like what Native Americans do so well, or other cultures like with shamanic traditions. This is a very old and ancient thing that's coming back to all of us in the West. It's like some kind of novel thing that dreams have content, you know, that our subconscious can bleed into the day. And that's, I think, where a lot of this stuff with the bipolar comes into play, which is basically that these barriers like this is when you're forced to always live in the conscious world, where our dreams may be, you know, like maybe we have a dream like all the way over here. Like I've had this like apocalyptic dream that basically came true with Trump. I mean, there's no, it's crazy. I wrote it all down, and like I'm looking at the poetry, I'm like, that's poetry. I got 5 stars of many friends and like 0 complaints. As crazy as it sounds, like I only released it last year, and I don't even want to release the rest of it. I might wait a couple more months, but then the other side is, you know, like, oh, we're supposed to be so calm, you know, in the West. We're not allowed to respond. Like when things are wrong, we're told don't respond, you know, just calm down. Oh, just calm down, boy, you know. Well, if the world's on fire, right? You know, I've seen Houston, Miami, Puerto Rico, and now New Orleans. I'm just saying, right? All right, Black Lives Matter, white people, or African Americans in Katrina land that got blown up by Katrina 10 years ago, and got screwed. And then that's the white people living in the French Quarter. I don't know. How is that wall going to hold them back? I mean, that's what I learned in high school, in Lakeside High School. That actually, that line right there was I-20, and what we had was busing. Like it's called majority to minority busing. So we'd take like kids from there to there, and white kids from black, like white from black, white to black, black to white, mixing up, make gray. Not a wall, not like Berlin with wall, you know, East-West Berlin, but clean, you know. And if everyone is integrated in the children's time, schools, perfectly, I think M to M is the answer. It sounds nutty, and I think my own background of having bipolar disorder has taught me a lot about the ecological dimension of identity, and resolution of genocide, like Gungan Heights Baltigo, the means of dealing with the past. But it comes back to this water, you know, like here in the water, this is where I really like this constant flow, and just looking at it, you know. I'll stop there, and it's all dirty, you know. It's kind of orange. I don't know why it's orange. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's orange. Maybe I should test it. I'll probably test it. My wiki arsenic. Maybe I'll just call it water sanity website. I don't really know what to call it exactly. But, you know, these people are admiring it. It's cool. But, I mean, all the skyscrapers, again, like, just to remind you guys, you know, those things, they're built out of these kind of, like, not so good things for people that lived here before. And I'd say that's the way to resolve the American genocide and the Turkish genocide. You just have to acknowledge that things did happen and, like, not hide away from it. And the water is the healing force for me. Because, like, you can go to the water and pray and put down sage and not be angry anymore. You know, veterans showed up at Standing Rock. And I think that, gosh, you know, Standing Rock, it's like, I know it's like for people that didn't go there, like, they're like, why is he so big a deal about that? And like, because it was a religious revival. That's why. It gave me a sense that people actually are awake, you know, and it was amazing. It is amazing. You know, water is life. And this dam is okay, as long as we realize that it's going to be gone pretty soon. I mean, Mother Nature will take care of this. I think humans are on the way out, fortunately. We need to give Mother Earth a rest, you know, and I think that I have faith that the artists and the poets, you know, number one, they can reflect on this stuff, and just like Heidegger did and like Celan did, like James Cone does with the Black Liberation Theology, like all the good poets and theologians, they give, you know, a verbal interpretation of what's going on, you know, like the fire is the sun. I mean, that's kind of like how I see it. The light, you know, it's free. And I like this like final shot here of, you know, the kind of like, I think about my mind, like my ideal mind right now of meditation, if I could describe it, would be like that, where the light is like on it, and it's like kind of flowing, and it's got waves. But if I could meditate on like anything in the world, that would be that right there. Not that. That's kind of rajasic, they call it in yoga. But I mean, something like this where there's light on it, you know. And I'll tell you this, Kat Moon Erickson, the one that everyone thought was crazy, taught me how to do this. And it's sad. Like, I think her mother had schizophrenia. Like, she stayed her whole life in a mental hospital because of the tragedy in Vietnam. She was so hurt. Her twin Vicky, like, was trying to take her baby away, and that was 2 years ago. So that's where all this like mayhem started. Like, what happened was, like, I was with Kat, and there was a climate thing, and she was a friend. Like, I wrote a poem, like one poem, The Scented Man, and she was inspired, and then she just like freaked out because she thought I was the answer. And she's like, "You are the incarnation of Prophet Muhammad." And no, I listened to Prophet Muhammad. There's no incarnations. I know to slow down, and I know that the Middle East is not a good place for me. I listened to a lot of my friends and my mother, but what I learned in the last 2 years, and this is to Kat, you know, this is my friend, she won't listen to me. Maybe Mimi could tell her, you know, Lakeside. But what I learned is that, like, if I could have a mind like with a light in the center and like the waves, I'm at peace with the stuff in I should be at peace with that, you know, like it's there, it's a car, be at peace with the car. I mean, God gave us this stuff, but the way the waves are here, it's like water is a perfect reflection of the sun there. It's just gorgeous. This like I was saying, you know, this is just beautiful. Like, Allah is here, you know, like this is what I like. I see it like the light of God is here, because it's kind of like it's the light from the sun, you know, in the sun, and it comes on the water. Fantastic. I know. I mean, look at this. This is what I want. I don't want a mind like that. It's too much, you know. I don't want a mind like that. No, I want to have a mind like this. I don't want to be the sun. I'm not the sun. That's, you know, it's too much. Here's this good one. It's peaceful. It's good. I mean, I don't know. It's so simple, you know. And I have this miracle phone. I like to share this water with you guys, you know. I'm trying to be more peaceful and slower. But I don't know how else to say this. It's like, I see these guys in the climate trial, they put all their life on the line, and Ken Ward and Sam, Jay, Marla, they're facing like decades in federal prison for turning back the valves of the tar sands, just trying non-violently, you know, the tragedy of that. And this is a prayer for them. This is a prayer for all the valve turners today. May you spend the rest of your life meditating on this. If I could come to the prison where you are, I would. Maybe make pictures or something, like poems for them. You know, if I could give the water, like Ken Ward, #1, North Dakota, they're not that far away. I will give them water as much as I can for the valve turners. Like, they have so inspired for me, you know. I know I was like screaming at the whole movement, but that I just had to release that, you know. And that the valve turners, they did such a brave thing. You can't turn the valve back on Mother Nature, though. You can't turn the valve back on a river. You can't turn the valve back on the mighty Mississippi, and you can't lock her up in a. You can't lock Mother Nature up in a lock like this. You know, I think that eventually what's going to happen, the same thing that happened a long time ago with everything else, like Babylon and stuff. It feels like Babylon's falling, you know. A lot of the books and novels and stuff have wrote the Cold War. I think it's actually what's happening now is the collapse of the moral imagination of most of the white culture in America. And what's coming up is exciting. It's an indigenous liberation. It's a black renaissance, a black liberation. It's a Arab Spring, American Spring, and the whites can participate. But they got to learn how to not be like that and to like walk that line right down the middle. Right down the middle. That's where you got to make peace with people that are excluded from the socioeconomic wealth of this techno world we have now, 2017, and those that have all the shit that calms it down. Because it's all that shit around the water is what makes it calm. The natural state is not like that either. Because the barrier that steals the energy from the water, it's what makes, you know, that. What we need, I think, is this miracle water here. I mean, I know I'm kind of being philosophical here, but follow me, please. Oh, it's gone. Shit. Well, there was sun here. Oh, wait. And there's a rock. There's that rock. Why is there police? There's always police. Jesus Christ. Ah, it's fine. Too much police. Alright, here we go. There's the sun. I love the police too. Police are alright. They're alright with police. Get a little freaked out sometimes. Because police hurt me a lot, you know, and they hurt a lot of people. Police, they're too much, like, for mentally ill people that we need to have, like, we don't need to be hurt with guns and stuff. Like, I almost got shot a couple times. Jeez. Alright, here we go. Police almost shot me last year. There's like 5 cops with guns and stuff and a shield. I was trying to commit suicide. And I didn't want to commit suicide. It was just sad. So I came out of here and I admit that I made a mistake. You know, and the rest of my life I want to be able to share the water. You know, make videos of like water and stuff, and I don't even want to teach anybody anything. I just want to watch the water. I want to live, you know. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that. That bird. Here he goes. Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta keep going my walk around stuff, but that's nice here. I think a runner. Get to running. That's good people. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Smiley people.